Hi, everyone. My name is Amelia Waliani. We're back today. This is Christina Cox, and she's going to be walking us through some fun designs.
Woo-woo!
Yesterday, we traveled to Aladala.
Aladala, you said it right.
Per Christina's imagination and past.
Yeah.
And we got to create a really, really cool travel postcard. Before we get started today on our next travel postcard, which is to another destination. How exciting is that? We don't know where it is yet. Did we announce it yesterday?
No.
Okay, very cool. So remain on the edge of your seats while I walk through some general housekeeping items. If those of you who are joining us don't know already, this is the first week of our Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. And we will be asking you to submit your designs. We asked yesterday and have asked today, so we'll be reviewing some portfolio designs toward the end of our time today together. And if you've been tuning in, we had 2 awesome segments before us yesterday and today and tomorrow, 9 a.m. with Andrew and 11 a.m. with Chutzpah Design. Best for last? I don't know.
Yeah. And then obviously,
we're
us.
here with our travel postcards. Yeah. And also, as always, 30 minutes into our time together today, we're going to be doing a fun, easy, and joyful chat and win, where all you do is write to us and tell us some fun things. Maybe today we're going to ask you a question. And then you get to win
one of these, which I really want as well, actually. It's
Why
a
don't
beautiful.
You tell us about this. What would you do
with
this,
notebook.
Christina?
I would use it to take sketches and make notes. Take sketches, make notes.
Take sketches, make notes.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I do it. It's beautiful. Got a beautiful pink center, which I really like, and a great textured outer, and that comes in this cool little holder.
It's a snuggly little cover.
Thanks, Moo.
Here. Yeah, thanks, Moo.
Love it.
So the lucky chat and win winner will be getting one of these cool guys. And I think we can. Oh, and if you want to register for the daily challenge, make sure to click on the challenge tab in your chat, and that's where you can learn more information about submitting your designs and getting some cool virtual feedback. And
we really loved seeing the challenges yesterday, so I'm excited to see what people come up with today.
Lots of fun feedback.
Yeah.
And it sounds like we're ready to kick off our visit.
Yeah. So let me just do a little recap of what we did yesterday. So here we go. Yep.
There we are.
We're on my screen now. So what I'm doing is just some travel postcards for a different place each day that I love, that's either special to me, that I've been to before, or that I'm excited about going to. I really love traveling and drawing awesome creative juices from the places I go, and I've always thought it'd be awesome to create some custom postcards to be able to send to people when I go to the places, or just as a memory of what it was like to be there. Yeah. So yesterday we went to Aladala, which is where my auntie and uncle live, and made this postcard, and I just mocked it up in a Photoshop file to show you how awesome it would be if it was actually printed.
We learned so much yesterday.
We learned all about Aussie birds and
the
kookaburra,
the protea.
the proteas, exactly.
Protea.
So I just mocked that up. But today, what I like to do...
Oh,
Beck.
Beck gave you a shout out.
Beck.
For kookaburra.
Awesome. Nice to see you back, Beck. Today we're going to Palm Springs. I really love being warm. That's really important to me in my very heart, my core, my soul.
Tropical baby?
I'm a tropical baby. So I really love Palm Springs. It's the closest, warmest place to San Francisco.
True.
It's a quick flight away. So today we're going to Palm Springs. Let me walk you through we'll just jump in. and I'll walk you
Let's
through
just
my
jump in.
inspiration boards.
Yeah, and tell us, what did you do in Palm Springs? When did you go? What was it like?
I went actually, sadly, the last time I've been is about 2 years ago, and it was just so warm and dry, and I don't mind humidity at all. I love
Desert
humidity, but it
bliss.
was just, I just sat by a pool. It was awesome. But what I love about Palm Springs is so much awesome pink and purples and like
Ooh, it's
dreamscapey, beautiful bright pastels. In architecture mostly, but in graphic design around the place as well. So, and like contrasted with the incredible blue sky. It's awesome.
And the palm trees.
And the palm trees everywhere. Yeah, I'm totally down with
heavenly.
everything that Palm Springs has to offer.
This looks so appropriately Palm Springsy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I draw inspiration for new projects, I make a big Pinterest board, but I kind of condensed it all here so that we have an idea of what the color palettes will look like and the kind of vibe we're looking for. I want to do a kind of different version of Palm Springs to the one that's usually done. I think the usual brand of Palm Springs is this like mid-century modern 50s vibe.
50s, yeah, like
Yeah.
tropical.
Yeah, but I want to marry that with like a 90s
Ooh.
California, like Southern California 90210 kind of vibe.
Oh, it sounds so appropriate given your
Might is.
recent obsession with Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Veronica
I
Mars.
love Buffy and
We
I
learned
love
a lot about each other yesterday. It's
shout
fine.
out if you like Veronica Mars. I think it's one of the greatest shows ever made.
Yeah, for real. Please do shout out.
I'm here for Kristen Bell.
Oh, and if you guys are just joining us, please do feel free to introduce yourself in the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear, all around the world where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So next step to
Ooh.
researching is I go through Typekit. I think I said this yesterday. I go through Typekit and kind of have my mood board up next to me and just scroll through and try and find something that like speaks to me, that
Sure.
vibe that I want from.
You get the feeling.
Yeah, you get the feeling, the right typeface. And like I said yesterday, I really, really like pairing script fonts and non-script fonts, anything else. So yesterday we did a bit of a pairing of a script and a serif font, but today I think Palm Springs is very sans serif.
So sans.
Very like blocky. I think the first two, when I was going through and selecting, I think the first two, these ones are a bit too in that mid-century modern direction. I think
Sure.
this feels too vintage for me. This feels okay. I really like how blocky this is. I think I'd like to do, the other thing I was pulling in was inspiration from, if you just search on Pinterest, drop caps.
Drop caps. What's drop caps?
They're just
Show us.
cool,
Tell us.
here we go. Cool inspiration for,
Oh, look, you were
here we
just
go.
there.
I was just there.
She's not lying.
Just like cool type studies that only, you're drawing from one
Letter.
text, one letter, but it's really cool to see how people do different effects on type. And I think for this study, I really like these like 3D with a bit of shadowing. It makes it feel kind of like an afternoon sun.
Oh, yeah. Like sweating.
It's like sweating.
kind of
I'm
like-
dripping down.
It's like sweating. It's like what happens in Palm Springs.
Yeah,
it
it's
makes
what
sense,
happens.
right?
It makes sense. I see
Okay,
how you got
good.
there.
Thank
Yeah,
you. I
yeah.
appreciate it.
So I think to make this kind of style, I want a very blocky typeface. So I think I'm going to start out with
To withstand the drip.
to withstand the drip. Exactly. I think I'm going to start out with Fat Frank Heavy, which is a great typeface.
Yeah, that's a great
Um,
name.
And we can change it along the way, but let's start out with that. And I'm thinking about like which one of these says California the most to me and says like Palm Springs and California. I think I really like neo-noir. I like how it feels like very 90s.
It does. I think it's the most 90s.
It's the most 90s one.
Out of all of them.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the the script fonts? I'm feeling like this is too curly and girly maybe. This could work as well, but I think maybe let's start out with this one and we can change it as well if it doesn't work. It's the most catchy, and I think they kind of pair well together. They feel good. So I consider more modern seeking as serifs are actually simulated chisel marks. Daniel's just hitting us with some real
historical
cool
perspective.
history. Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel. Drop that knowledge.
Courier fonts are also good. Yeah, awesome. The other thing I've pulled is a couple of these photos that so yesterday we did a bunch of like very gestural, fast illustrations that were like quite sketchy. And I think I know lots of travel postcards usually have either a scene in the background or some like central design, but this is kind of a riff off that. Like it's like a more modern, clean version of a background. You get the vibe of what it is, but it's not a photo of a landscape.
It transports you to
poolside in Palm Springs, man.
Hockney vibe.
So I think I really like this one, and I wanted to challenge myself to do some more. Yes, like I said yesterday, it was like really gestural illustrations, but I think today I'm going to do like some fun gradients that make it look a bit more like 3D, 3D-y. Poppy. So again, like I said yesterday, I don't want to talk down my skills or anything, but I think it's fine. I'm not great at drawing freehand yet. One day I might. You can learn anything.
That. Confidence is key.
Yeah. So I like tracing from stuff, and then I can make tweaks. But I have like the general like layout, and everything kind of makes sense. And I really like this pool shape. I'm really digging that it's. I think because it's a postcard, it'll end up coming out here. But I like the shadows. I like the geometric.
Oh, it's perfect.
I think it will translate well.
All encompassing with the water, the leaves, the steps, the pool.
The steps, the pool. Jimmy says we're on opposite mindsets today. Is that because you wanted me to do the pink, the tree with the pink background? This one? Yeah.
Sounds like it.
That one would work as well. I just think this will be some fun gradient work.
Are you going to add pink elements to this?
Well, I was thinking, we'll get to colors and stuff when we do type, but I was thinking it'd be a cool like contrast of type and the background, so color. It'll really pop, because I am all about them pinks.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is going through and just making the general shapes that I see of where the steps are and where all those details are, and just taking my pen tool and making it.
And what is the objective?
Well,
I'm kind of cutting it up into different sections that
I can then fill in.
Okay.
So that is. Yeah, and you can, it's, I think, a learning process. And so if starting from photos and tracing photos has been helpful to me to help me learn how to draw better or recognize shapes, I guess. as well, all the shapes within. I think the Hood sisters were talking earlier about illustrating or drawing, and one of the things that people tell you, at least this is definitely what I got told in art school, is like, and what my mum says is, if you take a photo and turn it upside down and your brain it just sees the shapes, it doesn't see what it is anymore, so you won't make assumptions about like the eyes should be this close to the forehead and that's what makes sense. It'll just be, you're just looking for the shapes, and then you get a more accurate portrayal of more accurate drawing, I guess.
A perspective shift.
Yeah. So powerful. So I'm just creating the outline of the stairs.
It seems like it's helpful to start out with a picture because you're blocking out your space too.
Yeah, I like the background. I mean, you could start with type as well and figure out a background
Placement.
that goes within it. But I think for this project, the place and the illustrations are so much a part of the personality for the design that it's a great thing to start with, like an idea at least for what you want. You could start with just this photo and do text and not even draw it yet. You could do that later for sure. But this is a cool
I like this
cool way to
process.
start.
Yeah, it seems pretty accessible.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of these. Let me just do. I actually have drawn this already once before, so if this ends up feeling tedious, I'll just do a bit more of it and show you like some of the gradient stuff, and then we can jump to further down the line.
This looks very
like an
fun,
awesome cooking show.
Oh, you just took it
Here's
out of
one
the
I
oven.
prepared earlier. NBD. So this is the shadow. So I will do the steps and this other shadow as well. But we can start by like, you just click on it, press I for the eyedropper tool, and then
sample that color.
Oh, I selected the wrong one.
Looks kind of cool to throw in a stripe, but not the objective. Not the objective.
Not the objective, but it's fine. I actually think I want a gradient. Not that tool, this tool. I want to throw a gradient in here, and I don't want a stroke. And I want to have a photo to sample from. So let's do that first.
Important.
We'll go back to our gradient. Awesome. And
We have a question.
yeah, please.
Do you create a lot of the portraits that are on your Instagram dribble by using a tablet or iPad Pro?
No,
Do you use your Wacom?
I use my Wacom.
Wacom. Man.
We had a discussion about this yesterday, but it has not stuck. Wacom.
Wacom.
Yeah, I use my Wacom tablet. I've never tried using
The iPad Pro?
iPad Pro, but I'm down with it. I want to try. I think it might be easier. Do you guys use, which tablets do you use, and which is the best, and what should I get?
What is your recommendation
Please,
for Christina?
tell me your recommendations.
Share your insider tips. We did talk about this briefly yesterday, and I remember there were a couple of apps that people were recommending for
excited
the iPad.
excited about Project Gemini, which is a
Yes, tell us about Project Gemini if you can.
it's an Adobe project. I know about as much as everybody else, really. But it's an awesome new drawing app that looks so exciting and looks like it's got some awesome watercolor features down that
Exciting.
I'm super excited to see. Yeah. So just getting these gradients blocked in. That I'll come back to making that a gradient in a bit. Here we go. This one's a good.
That's kind of already gradiented. The side, naturally.
Yes, it is. So the way the shadowing is working.
Yeah, right?
I'm
it's
sorry,
kind of a
everyone. Here we go.
built-in gradient.
I'm sampling from this.
Hello,
yeah,
Roman.
so we want to create those shadows. So I'm just sampling and then I'm clicking around to get the right
Jackie says
angle?
Procreate on iPad Pro.
Procreate. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
I think, the one that we heard about yesterday.
Yeah,
Thank
gotta
you,
try
Jackie,
that.
for the reminder.
So we've got these dark ones, and then we're going to... They're like subtle gradients, but when we take out the background picture, it'll be more noticeable. The shapes will be more noticeable.
So cool.
And then we're going to create like a little bit of a
Hey, Murat.
hacky, if you will.
Hacky?
Well, just the way I learned how to do it, a bit of a water texture.
Cool. For the pool.
For the pool. Okay, so we're getting the start of that. Let me... so here we go.
Where are we?
Here's where we're at. I want
Oh,
you
a
to sit
tiled
through
pool.
all of. Let's go through. Oh, sorry, everyone.
All
Let's
good.
Go.
We
through.
can't read that aptum. Aptum? Is that how I would pronounce that? I think I did.
Let's bring it over
Max
here.
is wondering why you didn't use the image trace tool for this. There are too many points to manage after the trace.
Image trace. Yeah, and I just think that sometimes it doesn't get a great, I really want it to be super angular and just simple, like you're saying, like too many points. I don't need it. I want it to be super angular, and I think this is a low-res image. We'll probably add in too many points, and it'll be like a bit wiggly. And it didn't really take that long to put all of this in. Trace it all out.
Moments.
Only a few moments. So we've got like one block of color here. We've got a bunch of just going through and sampling like the gradient where I think the sun is coming from over here, shining down.
Sure.
Is brighter here to darker here, but mostly just really looking at these images and using that eyedropper tool. Getting those colors right and creating this step down effect. And then it's looking a bit flat and boring, so I think there's a couple of things we can do to layer it in.
What are you gonna do?
Wow, so I made
texture.
this grid, which is super easy. Let's make it again.
You can't just pull that out of the oven.
I know, I know.
You can't Martha Stewart your way through this 2 hours.
Bam, bam, bam. Oh, it's done. How did we get there? Okay, so I'm just making a line, and I'll make sure that that's out of the way. A line here, and then holding the Alt key and the Shift key to duplicate, holding it down and moving it across a little bit. And then if you press Command D, you just repeat it. Boom, 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 boom. Keep repeating it.
Oh.
I think I made it them too close together though, so I'm
you can
gonna
kind of
back
change
it up.
that.
Back it up. And I'm gonna move this over here where I can see it better. It's a good place to start. So I'm thinking of okay, so I think you can do a few different things. The first thing would be these are kind of creating the effect of the lines on the bottom of the pool, and if the water, the tiles, the lines of the tiles, and if the water was moving, they look
warped.
Warped.
Yeah.
Good job. Yes. She finishes all of my sentences.
Welcome. We're a great team.
So this is the way that I've chosen to do it this time. I know there's a lot more complicated, more realistic looking ways of doing this, where you create a pattern using most of them are in Photoshop, but creating the mosaic tool and then making a pattern from that and playing with opacities and stuff. But I think what I want to do is keep it in this like modernist vein where it's a bit more simplified.
Sure.
It's like still got the gradients, but it's not hyper realistic, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's just like the texture, the idea.
It's for interpretation.
Yeah. So I think that is probably a good distance. So I'm just going to hit, oh, no. I clicked out of it, so it didn't do it. Okay. Gonna hit D, make my pattern this way. And then select all of them and group it. And then...
Hey, Victor. Good luck avoiding your work. Sorry.
Hey, Victor.
We appreciate you here. Welcome.
Yeah. Command F, and then I'm just going to rotate it so I've got a grid.
Oh,
and
so
there's
smart.
multiple ways
so
of doing
smart.
this.
So efficient.
So I've made my little grid here. That's another grid.
Ooh, good start for an Andy Warhol style. You're getting some good feedback, some love in the
Thank
chat.
you.
Daniel says he loves it.
Thanks,
It's
Daniel.
flat with a little gradient action.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
flat with a little gradient. So I'm just gonna make my... It's harder to see because I'm doing a silly thing and not doing it on a background where I can see it, but I'm like making a general square shape. And I'm just gonna group this.
Got it. Okay.
It's kind of cool by itself. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's like, it is a
Jimmy.
different vibe, Jim. So now what I'm gonna use is, we'll go in here and use the, where's my warp tool? Here we go. The warp tool.
Warp tool.
Yeah. And, okay, so we'll see how this goes. You may have to change some of the things.
Ooh.
But I'm just creating like
Little sneak
a
peek.
swirly pattern. It might be too swirly at this point.
Oh, that is fun.
So let's,
Just to remind guys, we're going to be having Chat and Win in a matter of minutes, rather. Well, not moments, but just stay on the edge of your seat, get ready. It's going to be Chat and Win time. We're going to ask you a question, and we want to know your honest answers toward it. So
I'm just having a hard time finding my...
bulge, arc, fish rise.
No, it's the right one. My settings, but that's fine. I think this is fine. I'm just creating little swirls that make it feel a bit like the water is distorting it without too much distortion.
This is super cool.
So just like little ones. And I think it's at too much of a straight angle right now. So I think I'm gonna rotate it and skew it.
Cool.
Yeah,
I like this. Jan has a great idea.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
should
tell
all
me
watch
about
the pool and dive in.
Oh, if only. If someone has a pool somewhere warm,
We would all
tell me
like
about
to
it. We'll be
come.
there.
Yeah.
Invite us round, man.
We'll bring our computer.
We can work by the pool. You guys.
Okay, it sounds like it's Chat and Win time. So I guess the question we want to ask you guys is, where would you want to have a custom travel postcard designed for? Where's your favorite place? And if that's not enough information for you to tell us, if you want to keep on chatting, you can tell us about your favorite Airbnbs at the place. Yeah. You can tell us about your favorite beach, the favorite thing you eat there, and then you'll effectively be our travel agents without
being paid. Just to be clear,
so
we're
just
cheap.
Share the love, chat and win. You'll get
Grand
a notebook.
Cayman.
You'll get a notebook.
New Hampshire. I've been to New Hampshire.
Florence.
I spent a summer in New Hampshire.
Hogwarts.
New
Claire.
Zealand is New Zealand's too cold.
Maine,
it's lovely there. But
Thailand.
It's too cold. Hawaii. Yes, please.
Bahamas.
Colombia, yes.
Cabins at Red Rock in Fredericksburg, Texas.
Cool.
Oh my gosh. Astoria, Washington, Granada. What's Hoth?
Maui.
Copenhagen.
There's a lot of Hawaii here.
Maui.
Yeah, I'm down
Yeah.
for that.
I'm so down for Hawaii. Ooh, Tokyo. Great sushi.
Yeah.
Bali. Hell yes, Lindsay.
Hello to Bali.
Hell yes.
Italy.
Yeah. Idaho. I just got back from Idaho, Anne. It's kind of cool. Teta. Fiji?
Ooh, Fiji. I love Fiji.
Yeah, Manila. Ooh, Trinidad. This is really fun for me. Fire, Leo.
For me.
Stop. Oh, and we're gonna have a video that's gonna start playing shortly. Okay, keep the places coming. Keep the additional Airbnb recommendations and food recommendations and
All the good stuff.
all the
And-
visitor attraction recommendations.
The best
Comment.
beaches. I'm really here for the beaches.
Yeah, we'd really like to know.
Let's be clear.
Yeah. Which ones have, Matterhorn. Keep them coming, guys. I think we're going to be announcing. Oh, congratulations, Dylan Nistal. You
Yay,
get
Dylan.
a beautiful
Moo notebook.
Moo notebook.
Awesome.
Yay.
Good one, Dylan.
You got pink pages. Pink pages to
It's very beautifully bound.
make notes and take sketches on.
Yeah, yeah. That is the correct way of saying those things.
Oh, okay. Congratulations again, Dylan. You'll be hearing from the Adobe Live team on how to get your gift.
So,
We can
we're
continue.
back, man.
We're back with these.
We're back.
We stopped at this cool wavy action.
So what I've done is just rotated it a bit to make the like perspective of the. I know there's different ways you could do perspective, and this is the like cheap, easy way to do it. But get off my back.
So cool.
Don't judge me. So we've done this. What do we want to do? I think it's a bit too harsh right now. So let's go into our opacity. Opacity.
Opacity.
Say that 10 times.
Really? Yes, I will.
Go.
I just don't. Okay.
Opacity, opacity, opacity,
Opacity, opacity, opacity, opacity, opacity, opacity, opacity, opacity, opacity. Passy is what I ended up saying,
Passy.
guys.
I also now
record.
think that there's not enough blending, so let's do like some slightly
What do you
more
mean by there's
blending.
not enough blending?
Sorry, not blending. Yeah, blending.
Blending. Okay, but tell me what you mean.
Smushing
You want more
around of the
smush.
lines. I want it to
Okay.
be a little more smushy.
More smush. Really convey the. Oh, I see what you mean.
Maybe it's too smushy. Yeah,
Like,
it's
did somebody
everyone,
just jump into the pool
it
on
is
the
a
other
fine,
side of it?
It is a fine line of smush.
Yeah, pool water's like more still standing. No?
Yeah, I'm not liking that little bit there. But I don't remember when I did that, so it's hard to go back.
Oh, because
Um,
you can't control Z.
Nah,
your
I
way
think it's
back.
fine. So let's just take this back to 50%.
Thanks, Warren.
Yeah, good
It's
one.
probably-
It's easier to copy and paste
copy
it.
paste than end up saying passy at the end.
But I still respect it.
yeah.
Respect what you've
We're
done.
with you.
I like your work.
Thanks
Okay.
for participating.
So I'm going to move this onto another layer for a moment just to get it out of the way, because what I want to do is mask it.
What are you masking?
And-
Oh, you're gonna mask the side.
Because I just want it to, I
In
want the
the-
texture just to be where we think the water is,
Right.
obviously. Not
where the
on top
steps
of the
are.
steps. So I'm just copying and pasting these layers above here. Let's do it on this layer.
Noted. Where is Hoth?
Ooh.
Expect a visit from Voodoo Val shortly. Noted.
Here we go. So I'm removing this shape from this shape with my Pathfinder tool, one of my faves.
Pathfinder tool. Shout out to the Pathfinder tool.
Actually, that's not really what I'm doing. I'm going to trim it because it's actually divide it rather. Because what I want to do is get rid of that one, but not these. So I'm going to merge these two together. There we go. And now we have the right shape. And then just Command 7. Mask that baby. And we've got a bit of a texture happening. I think maybe the opacity needs to drop a bit more. But this is a good starting place for a background. 20, let's do 20%. Yeah. How does everyone feel about that texture?
I like
the
it.
grout lines of in the pool, I think. Yes. It's kind of, look, it's a mix. Let's say it's a mix between the grout lines and the sunlight ripples. It's a bit of
the
both.
water reflecting the tiles.
You might have to take a leap with your imagination.
I think you're conveying water. Fluidity.
Yeah. We can cut if we're not happy with this. I
Tiles.
think like let's come back to it after we've done some type stuff. But I'm like happy enough with the texture now. We can always get rid of it or like do a different one that makes it better. That like makes it look better. Underwater caustics, yes.
I think this looks really good.
Thanks.
I get
Thanks,
pool.
man.
You
get in the pool action.
I get pool.
Okay, so let's take it back to our text and we'll put this on a new. I'm gonna be so good. I'm gonna label my layers. Text. Boom. I'm gonna spell it correctly this time with a.
What was not spelled correctly?
It was just a capital E there as well. And I'm gonna lock the rest of my layers.
Smart. So
Let's do some type play.
What are we gonna do?
So yesterday, what we decided to do with the mock-ups is have this like this gray from as a through line.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to have a look. Daniel saying if you can vary the grid line thickness, it may look more watery. Cool.
Maybe we can give that
Noted. Let's come back to that.
a chance. I just wanted to say about this $1 card. I really just love the addition of the kookaburra on the U. It's such a winning effect. And I also really love
integrated.
I think that was so good.
And that was a user suggestion.
That was a suggestion from the chat. So if you have any, suggestions you want to share, we've got one from Daniel that we're thinking about playing with.
So I think what I might start with is I like the idea of wrapping since it's so blocky.
Mm-hmm.
We could do some cool like framing of springs with palm, so this feels like connected. We could also do some overlaying of text. That's something that is good about having a really thick text and a scripty one. And they still look like different things. So let's have that in our back pocket. And I'm just going to take this and copy it over because, very important to copy your fonts over so you know which ones you're using so you don't outline them and get confused like I've done multiple times.
When you start a statement with yo, you really mean it.
I mean it, you guys.
Take it seriously. Serious recommendation.
Jimmy is saying $1 in NS.
Not safe for work. I can't say that I didn't think about that yesterday when I saw NSW everywhere. I was like, what's not safe for work?
Saying,
I'm such an American right now.
I thought he was saying New South effing Wales. I was like, yes, it is New South effing Wales.
It's
Jenny knows where it's at. Yeah. So let's try a few different things with this.
Ooh.
Let's just click them and drag them down. Oh, what I should have done is did it at the same time, and then we know for sure it's the same length.
How often is the P in Palm Springs turned into a palm tree?
Oh, I
sure. I wonder how often that happens.
The time.
Ooh, look at that. What a frame.
Like tucking it in, making a bit of a frame. Yeah. Let's I use a bit of a like to use a bit of a line directional to make sure that everything's precise sometimes. Oh, I lost it because I didn't have it on stroke. let's make it a red so it stands out.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Is that red or pink?
Wow.
It's red. Colors always take up a different...
It's pink. It's pink.
Okay, fine. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
I was like gonna start explaining away like the way colors interact with each other. Going
The way sometimes designers don't know what pink is. So do we want to incorporate, I wonder if we should incorporate the California in here or leave it outside. Maybe leave it outside. So just do this, tuck it up a bit more. There we go. This is just the beginning. This is where like we're building the structure a bit, but we at this point can come and take it down to back to this kind of inspiration.
Ooh.
And like, okay, so let's break down what we think is happening here.
It's sweating.
Apart from the fact that it's sweating.
Oh yeah.
Which layer it's locked onto. Here we go. So let's bring this up here because I really like this type treatment. It could be a cool thing to do. Let's have our. If it's gonna blend, it's blending into a background color, and if our background color is this blue, say, we want to have that behind. Send it to the back, and we'll bring this in front.
What's our greeting gonna be?
What's our greeting gonna be? You guys, okay, I'm not from the States.
What is a Californian greeting?
Yeah.
It's not howdy, that's Texas.
What do people say here?
It could be like
tubular.
Tubular, comma, from Palm Springs.
No, probably not. Can you
Maybe
tell?
It could be like
sup. I like sup.
Sup, hey
Sup.
dude.
Sup from Palm Springs.
Chillin'.
Chill
Chill
like a
vibes.
villain from Palm
How many
Springs.
times have we said vibes today? I'm curious about that too. But what is so what do people do in Palm Springs? People play golf. People swim in pools.
Yeah.
People go to
Retire.
Joshua Tree. That's not in Palm Springs though. They retire for the most part. They chill.
Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing here for a second.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that. So one thing that I learned recently that has changed my life. So what I used to do.
This is important.
Back in the day, thank you so much, Illustrator, for fixing this. Back in the day, what I would do is take my pen tool. I don't know if anybody else used to do this. Probably you had better ways of doing this, but I'd take my pen tool, create my lines, like and like turn my own text into 3D, one shape at a time. Super annoying and super boring.
I used to do that when I would draw
Yeah,
letters as a kid.
Okay, so now what we've got, thank you, Illustrator, the blend tool. Oh my gosh, changed my life. So I offset it by 20 pixels to the right and 20 pixels down, and and then I click my two paths.
Whoa.
And boom, baby.
Shaka.
What it's doing is making repeats. And so you can say, you do it for graphs as well. That's very, very clever, Lindsay. You can say blend, it blends the color, the opacity, every style that it has. It like blends the two states together, and then you can specify the number of steps it takes to do that.
Blend
so like
from one
it can be
to the
really
other.
jumpy if we had it at 100 steps
If you had it
and
really
you
tight.
preview it, or 50 steps.
Let's take a peek.
It's just taking a little while to preview, I think. Okay, it's not doing it. It's not previewing it. very well. Here we go. Let's take it down to 10. Here we go.
There we are.
There we go.
Ooh.
You can see that it's just like
Curly.
creating versions of that. The thing that I love, love, love about this way of doing it
Yes.
is, take it back to 100, is these are still editable, you guys. So if we do it with live text,
Oh,
so say we take this live text and do it. So Command C, Command B to paste in the background. We make this pink. We make this purple. We'll reverse it. And then we blend the two. Boom, boom.
So cool.
This is still live text, so I can move this and it moves with it. I can
Oh, rad.
change it to springs. So the bottom one says palm and the top one says, well, it only works with a certain number of text, but it like just merges the two into each other. And if you decide you want it to say a different thing, say you started off with saying sup from Palm Springs and now you want it to say hello from Palm Springs, it's editable and you don't have to recreate all of those layers
Every
again.
time you can have different messages for different. The
Different
golfers can have
things.
their own.
You're not recreating your design.
The pool layers can have
Can also
another
move it around.
message.
Yeah, so I love this way of doing it. Did I say that already before?
She said it before.
And I'll say it again. So if we want, let's sample some of I made some color palettes over here.
How did you choose these?
I take my mood boards
Oh, and you break them
and
down.
I just like eyedropper. I
Sample.
sample and then I see which ones might go together or see which ones are similar. There's a lot of this green mint happening, just in different shades. There's a lot of like orange and pink combos. There's a lot of pinks and purples. And I really like that pink and purple kind of like
The
Barbie
light-
dreamscape.
Yes. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking
Very,
about.
very Californian. So let's go back to this. Oh, actually, let's bring over. Let's just copy and paste
And what
over
are
our
these
palette.
fun little jewel things?
Okay,
I don't think you've
so I
talked
don't
to
know
us about
if you
these
guys
yet.
had these growing up. You probably did, but they were like 3D
Rhinestones.
rhinestone stickers that you could pretend were earrings, and
Oh,
They
I
like-
know what you're talking
you know,
about. Yeah.
they were just super cool.
You could also wear one as a bindi.
You could wear one as a bindi. Yeah,
Yeah.
for just
Yeah.
awesome fancy
they're-
time wear.
It's just fancy stickers.
Yeah. So I felt like that was very 90s.
In line with your Palm Springs theme.
In line with my Palm Springs thing. It's like Palm Springs meets Spice Girls.
I really like
You
the
know?
the Barbie direction you're going with
Yeah.
here. I think I
Yeah.
saw Barbie on your mood board. It was
Yeah,
like a very
there was a Barbie
decisive
text.
inspiration
Yeah.
choice there.
Yeah. So if we're recreating this, they have this color. Let's just do it exactly what they have. So we have a recreation.
Jan, thank you for reminding us all about Aqua's Barbie Girl song in response to our conversation.
Yes.
This is a very serious announcement that Jan has shared with us.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
That was such a strange music video.
Life in plastic. It's fantastic. Okay, so what I am doing here is copying and pasting the top on top, because I think when you blend it in, when you put it on this background, you're creating that gradient. I think there's probably a way that you do it where you change, what they're actually doing is changing the background, this bottom type. They're editing the opacity on that probably as well. I wonder what happens if we just do, oh no, because you can't, because there's multiple layers of it. Okay, what you'd have to do is expand it and merge it and then do it on
Expand
opacity? the layers of text.
Got it.
But I think this is working. the stepping down isn't working as well as I thought it would.
You want it to blend more?
I want it to blend more. Right now it's stopping at a hard edge.
I see. The other one was
could be in
more
blend options.
melty.
Sometimes there's call. I click here, and then sometimes there's call blend options, and changing the orientation sometimes works as well. I'm not actually sure what it's doing, but it's like applying the color, aligning it to the page versus aligning it to the path, and that changes the. We're not. No, specified steps is the right way to go.
Also, quickly, just to remind, the design submission challenge deadline is approaching within the next 30 minutes or so, and we're going to start reviewing designs at around a little bit after 2:30. So I'd encourage you to get your submissions in so we can review and give you a high five right here or with each other for you.
Like that.
Yeah, like that.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Okay, so that's something. But what other ones have we got? I like this.
Ooh, that's cool. I like those colors there.
I also really like a bit of an outline and a gradient, and this secondary shadow. This is like so super important to making it look even more 3D. So what I think we could do, let's make it happen together. We've still got our background. I'm gonna say, let's have this as our background color because I like the pink and the orange together. But I also like,
they do pop really well together.
This stroke thing seems very like a lot of 90s text, like this.
Yeah, the
I know this isn't 90s, but like the 3D text with the outline I really like. Even picking up on this kind of, that has inner shadowing, but it's a nice extra detail on your type. So I'm going to blend these two. Go back up to my blend tool. And it's blending the outside stroke and the inside colors. So it's like making a pretty cool gradient.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna figure out how much offset I want it to be, because I think maybe that's too much offsetting, and maybe I want it to be, if we're looking at the pool and we want it to feel like maybe it's fitting in with the, maybe it's like floating or sitting in there. I think what we need to do first before we blend it, let's step back a bit. I'm a bit blend happy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with being blend happy.
Just know and love yourself.
I think what we'll do is take this over and skew it first, because everything's on this like angle, and if we want to feel like it's sitting in the pool, maybe.
So you're gonna do a little
skew, and excuse me while I find my shear tool. Shear. Let's try that. It might be too sheared. Oh, just a little bit. Yeah, just make it feel a little bit different, and then maybe rotate it a bit. And then, now let's blend, baby.
Go to your happy place, Christina.
I'm in this pool right now. There's different ways you can do this. Sure, you can do 3D extrude, bevel, wireframe, stuff like that. There's like multiple ways you can do it, and you get different type effects from. Whoa! Something wackadoo just happened, but I love it.
But it looks so cool. What did
I think maybe I
there?
sampled the grid instead of, like, blended with the grid instead of blending with the
cool effect though.
type. Yeah, totally.
Aren't you happy with those misclicks sometimes?
Totally. Sorry, finding my blend tool again. Yeah.
There we are.
Okay. Same with this. We want it all to be a bit 3D.
Oh, so you're gonna blend those.
I'm going to blend these as well, but I think I want them to be a different color because I want it to feel different.
What's gonna pop against that blue
True.
with that pink?
That is the question. Maybe pink and white. Who knows? Let's try it out. David's doing some great Australian trolling.
In Australia, when you come of age, you get a can of Foster's, a kookaburra whistle, and a drop bear helmet. Can we talk about a drop bear helmet and what that even really is?
Yeah, it's to protect you from all of the drop bears, of course.
What's a drop bear?
They're totally real. No, they're
You guys
fictional
really
bears.
What? Why?
What is happening?
Yeah, please tune me in.
They are pretend bears that we tell foreigners about to scare them. That they're like koalas, but they drop down and they kill you.
They drop down
from the trees. And then you say to people, the only way, if you're walking through a bush, the forest, the only way to get them to stay away from you is by putting your hand on your head like this.
You guys are tricksters. Does everybody really say this in
tricksters.
Australia?
I mean, only if you're being mean.
That's so
I'm not mean.
The drop bears pay attention to when and they don't jump on you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just tickled by this really goofy cultural, I don't know, Australiana.
Yeah, if you Google it, someone just said they Googled it. If you Google it, there are some very scary photos of what people think drop bears look like. It's not great.
Oh, man.
Okay, now we're making our shadow, because this is the other important,
This is looking so cool.
important thing. So I'm just like getting my back layers, and I'll send them to the back. But we're gonna make them. I've got some color samples. So the shadowing on here is going from like a dark blue to a light blue. So I'm just gonna say it's going from a dark blue, and paste. Sorry, I've lost my layers. And Command C, Command B, and put it off to the side here, and then sample the slightly lighter one. I'm just pulling these colors from this shadow here. Really. That one doesn't have a stroke on it, so let's get rid of that stroke and let's get rid of this stroke. And what are we gonna do? Blend. Yeah. It
was on the tip of my tongue.
It's like, I don't know. What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do, Christina?
Please tell me.
us.
You're the one that knows.
You hold the truth.
Yeah.
No, that was a very legitimate blend.
That was a very legit blend.
We saw all the shadowing starting to happen back there.
Yeah, again here. So we've got our secondary shadow, which this is looking a bit off. My problem is always with perspective. Oh, you guys, less than 30 minutes until the challenge deadline. We want to see all of your challenges.
We want to talk about your challenges.
Get them in, man.
Yeah.
So I find perspective tricky, so I just play around with it. So if I'm trying to figure out like if the sun is coming from this direction and or like this direction, I suppose.
What feels right?
This direction.
We were saying
I know
the
it
sun
says
was
this direction. Maybe this is a bad.
Which is why the top of this is lighter.
Yeah.
So it's coming from here, no?
Yeah. So this says the direction's coming from here, but I think this shadow, the stair shadow, says that it's coming from here.
Oh, that is a very good point.
We'll clean up all of our logic.
This is our own Palm Springs universe where shadows happen both ways.
magic. It's like
perks of
Alice in Wonderland-y.
custom travel postcard.
Oh. Yeah. So you see like that secondary shadow definitely makes it feel like it's integrated into the space, but also
Still outstanding.
yeah, and more 3D than it was before with just the one 3D thing, you know?
Sure.
And I liked what someone was just saying about having this, I locked it. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Having the grid be on top of the shadow. So what we can do is bring that in between here and say place in front. So we can
And then
maybe
take it
bring
off
the
of the
3D
pink.
to the front, yeah, and have the shadow behind.
That looks cool.
Yeah. I think this top pink might not be bright enough, and everything's just got to pop a bit more, you guys.
Are you gonna use this like a darker pink for the palm, for the spraying?
For the palm springs?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit poppier. Maybe this kind of pink.
That
Maybe we'll
might
play
pop a bit
around with
more.
it. Let's click into it and see.
That does seem a bit more flamingo-esque.
A bit more flamingo, yeah. Maybe a bit more Barbie?
More Barbie, more flamingo. Oh.
Oh, but it's not merging. This is interesting. It's not blending because it's just blending the white outside, or not the white outside, but the lighter. So I think that's another thing we have to do.
It's not blending between the pink and the white, right?
It's because the stroke is a different color. So just change that. Yeah, I think the shape of that is okay. I think we need to play with the colors a bit more in this one, but I want to like try a couple of different versions that are not like this type. We've gone deep into this one, but I think we should
shift gears.
Well, just try a couple of different lookups. We don't know what we like. Claude says, "What is your favorite type of tube? Flamingo, pineapple, donut."
Whoa. That is an abstract question.
Donuts.
Oh, you only have those 3 to choose
Oh no,
from?
well, I guess you can do anything else, but I would
A
pick.
tube? Your favorite type of tube? I mean...
Oh, speaking of tubes, let's do this other fun, weird type thing that I learned.
Tell us, Christina.
Okay, let's do it quickly. We'll do, yeah. This is another blend hack that I just learned that I really love. So let's make 2 small circles that are have a gradient on them. Let's pick sample these fun colors over here.
Ooh.
Let's make them like a light pink and a darker pink. Is that a good gradient?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we'll pull it across really far, and then we select the 2 and we go bada bing, bada boom.
Made a tube.
Made a tube, but not enough steps
Tubular.
to make this tube. We need it to be smoother, so let's bump it up a bunch.
Jan's
30.
favorite is the YouTube.
The YouTube! I really like YouTube as well.
Cinnamon buns and
Claude
shame.
really loved that.
Oh, jeez. It's getting really profound here, guys.
So what I'm gonna do...
Where's the tube?
You guys, some of you guys might know this trick already, but I just learned it thanks to the YouTube, and I really like it.
Thanks to your favorite tube as well.
I sound like such an old lady. Thank you to the YouTube.
The YouTube.
Like the Facebook.
That's so commonly said, I feel.
The Facebook?
I feel like everybody says the Facebook lately.
Are they saying it ironically? Or?
I think that's what's happened. Yeah.
So you can do this actually, well, let's do it the faster way, so I'm not outlining. Just take your pencil tool, and I'm just trying to get a general shape of this, but in a handwriting fashion. So we want it to be all the same thing. Don't worry if it's messy. We're just gonna fix it later. Because it's good to not be too anxious about things not working out. Because often they don't when you're designing, and you just have to go back and do something else.
Embrace the impermanence of it all.
Embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
Change the spacing to smooth color. Is that for the blend? Is that what you were saying for blend, Lucas?
Change the spacing to smooth color.
So I don't need all of those steps. Interesting. Okay, so I might have drawn it better before. Anyway.
I like those
Let's
sparkles. What were those sparkles? They were so stimulating to the eye.
I have some glitter texture for later.
Stoked.
Yeah. Stoked. I love that. Okay.
Stoked from Palm Springs, California. It's pretty Californian. Just a suggestion.
You guys are seeing me figure out. So if we go down to blend and replace spine, and we've got both of those highlighted, then it takes that. Okay, I'm gonna try what you said, which was smooth color. Nah, that doesn't work. But good one. We'll just step up the steps a bit more. Let's say 1,000 just to be super safe. And
wild.
Voila, you guys.
You made your own like tubey
thing.
script.
Now I think it's a bit thick, and obviously like we could tighten up all these curves and make it better. But what we can also do is, I think it's a bit thick.
So you can make it thinner.
So I'm just gonna make it thinner.
And
I'm gonna make this thinner.
It's super cool.
And that makes the tube thinner. And then look, we've got a 3D thing. Maybe what we should do is...
It looks like you just squeezed it out of a tube of toothpaste or something.
Out of a tube of toothpaste, exactly.
The Barbie toothpaste,
So let's
clearly.
do that again for the eyes.
I see, because they're little dashes.
We're gonna need both of them. And we're saying replace spine. Replace spine. Cool, they're little dashes.
So cool.
Yeah, and then we can take it over to, say we've got the other lockup that I was thinking about, which was like laying this over the top of this.
We can still like interpret the palm behind it.
But we can still integrate. Yeah.
Integrate.
So
Ooh.
if we do like palm springs. And we don't have to, I think I like it the same size maybe. Let's group all of this.
This is a fun direction. Totally different from what you just did in the pool.
Yeah, really different type. You guys, I love just looking on YouTube and finding different cool tutorials about type and just trying to figure out how I could use it in my own work. And
this is one of those.
It's a really cool way of, yeah, I just
so cool.
Found some tutorials on how to do, I think I was just looking up 3D type.
And you just came across this. Was it a long tutorial? Did it take you a while to figure it out?
No, super quick.
Yeah.
Same colors, different colors. Maybe a super different vibe. This might not stand out on the blue background, but let's try it out here. What we could do is
a bit of green.
One quick way of like integrating to. Maybe we need the palm and the springs to look 3D as well.
To have them fit better together a little bit?
Yeah, so it doesn't look like a flat and a 3D. So it looks like...
You want them to both have some pop.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's do the same blending that we did before. Make this look a little bit 3D. Oh, sorry, I just blended the wrong things together.
Oh, bye, Lindsay.
Bye, Lindsay.
Ooh, I like that light blue back there.
Yeah, I think they both probably need outlines though. I think this top, or maybe this top one just needs to be a very different color. It's not. They're looking too similar, maybe. But
the outline that you had pointed out earlier in your text mood board looked kind of, I think it was around like the motel.
Like, yeah. So these are some like outer lines. So something that we can do is you can't, if you edit this layer, it'll edit like the rest of the blend.
Yeah.
But if we just edit this one and add a light stroke to that, then it doesn't edit all of them, but it gives it some outline, a bit of texture, a bit of definition. And we'll still put this onto the front.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's
Kind of cool.
oh. How do you guys feel about an outline definition? Maybe it's that this needs to match, the outline size needs to match. But the other thing I was thinking about doing, let's duplicate this. We'll move this off to the side.
Save it.
Is what if it looked like the type was going behind and in front?
Oh, like woven through.
Valerie, I got the reference images of the pools, yes, from Pinterest. These ones are just from Pinterest. And then what we did was took one of them and outlined it in shapes and different gradients and recreated it. That's what we're up to now. You're all caught up.
That's essentially all that's happened.
So now that it's 3D, it's a little trickier to do this. It's much easier to do it if the back one is flat. I'll just show you what that might look like without.
And this is you weaving in the California in between like the Palm Springs.
The easy way of doing this that I do is I'm copying it and then pasting it in front and creating outlines so they're all shapes. I'm actually going to take away that outline and take away. You can go copy.
Oh, guys, we are less than 15 minutes away from the challenge deadline, so please be sure to submit your designs. We're going to be reviewing them. Just a reminder as we approach.
Yeah. We can't wait to see your work.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just taking my eraser tool. I've like got another layer of that same type, put it on top, got my eraser tool. I'm just deciding which bits I think will fall in front and which will fall behind.
This is
like,
smart.
What if the C starts in front? Oh, no, I haven't got that selected, which is why it's not working. So let's go back and make this one group.
So you're erasing the blue.
I'm erasing the blue and letting the pink shine through.
Let the pink shine through.
And since I've already got a layer underneath, I don't need to be too precious about where that ends.
Sure.
The A could poke through, but then maybe it's going behind. And oh no, I like the L's to come. I like L's to come forward.
Yeah, that L needs to come forward maybe.
Right, like this. But then it can go behind down here. And maybe this comes in front. We're just testing out different places that it could sit behind or in front. I think the F probably should come in front up here.
In the best way possible, your California kind of looks like a long intestine.
It's the
Right?
color. It's the color. We can change the color.
No, in the best way.
In such a sweet way.
I like
It
it.
looks like an internal organ. Great.
A really long intestine that spells out California.
Yeah. Is that what everyone here thinks about California?
Just a long
Just
intestine.
thinks about long intestines.
I have an imagination, guys.
I've lost where my shape is, so I'm just gonna shift
Oh,
that
you can
opacity a
peek
bit
it
so that I
through.
can see where it's peeking through. I think most of it we probably want to show because because this small intestine just deserves its moment in the sun, you know? It's always stuck inside a body.
Our body. I really like that you went with that so willingly.
Rock and roll. Okay, and then that's gonna go behind, I think. Feels like we need the bottom of the F for this to be legible.
Yes.
So let's bring that forward a little bit.
California.
Catalonia.
California. Jan, you have so much more of a wholesome imagination. It does look like bubble gum.
Bubblegum.
So
That's
much
better.
more like bubble gum, so much more of a palatable thought. In general,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Very cool.
Erasing. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Let's make sure all of our letters have the correct opacity. Bring that back up. But it feels like a bit more, they feel integrated, I think you would say.
Yeah, with the woven through.
With the woven
effect,
through.
I think it looks so much more integrated.
I actually don't like that this is behind. And in fact, we probably don't need that anymore if I want it to be forward.
Yeah.
So
You still get the A.
forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And this, I kind of like that this is taking up the space of that R.
Yeah, it like
Yeah.
fills in the R hole.
Yeah. We can also move this to do a similar thing here. That might be interesting.
Kind of cover the
Oh,
A.
except it won't cover the A.
Cover the A hole.
I didn't say it.
It's the hole in
Yes.
the capital letter A.
Yes.
Guys, there's a hole there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's accurate. Okay. Maybe what I'll do is I just like how this is happening, so I'll just copy and paste that over instead.
Consistency.
Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and let's just try one more thing, because the other thing I have, which is, you saw, is this glitter pattern that I
My
like.
favorite.
I really like the idea of it. I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's like start from this point. And I just downloaded some Adobe stock glitter patterns, and I'm really feeling this hot pink one.
I'm
And
with you.
I'm just going to drop it in, and we'll do some masking of this to try and find. There's this like awesome trend that I'm really liking right now of what makes me think of my high school diary. It's like a very collagey.
Scrapbooky.
Very scrapbooky. Okay, so I tried to mask that then, but it's not a, what do you call it? It's not a path yet, or a compound path. So I just Command 8 creates a compound path, and then if you select both of them and Command Z, we get that. It doesn't have enough definition, I don't think, so I think we're going to need an outline on it.
Princessy.
Very princessy. You can run an outer stroke, and maybe we need it to be white. It's kind of, you're right, princessy, but I think what I want to be going for is not princess. No, Barbie princess is fine.
Barbie princess?
Let's look back on this a little bit and have a little. Get a bit inspired. A little inspo sesh. It reminds you of the Metallica logo. You mean with the letters that hang down by the sides?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You're saying the background is really light. What am I supposed to do now? You mean with what background is light?
Like maybe that.
This? We could make it dark. Yo. Hello.
For it to pop.
Oh, whoops. That's still
That's an interesting gradient.
Still a gradient.
Ooh, 221.
We
Design
almost-
submission deadline is approaching rapidly. Get them in.
Maybe one is glitter, Palm or Springs, or California. Yes.
Maybe California
Maybe
just
California
be
is glittery.
glitter. Maybe
Or we could have the vibe of the glitter without the actual glitter. So you could have like a couple of
the
little
stars.
star.
I saw
twinkles.
the twinkle in one of your mood board things. Where is it? It's there. It's on tropical.
Oh, yeah.
Twinkle magic.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Yeah, I like that.
So we could make, where we go back to? Oh, we're getting close, guys. We might need to make a decision.
Twinkly.
So the other thing we need to decide on is our saying,
greeting.
Our greeting.
All
What were
right.
some of the favorites from
Do we
before?
have some recommendations for how people are greeted from California?
I think we decided sup was a good one.
Sup
Sup from.
from Palm Springs. Then there's also
Mine was a bad suggestion.
no sups. Okay.
Do people feel really strongly about
Anti-sup. It's
Being
the
anti-sup.
anti-sup movement. How about
maybe it's
dude? Voodoo.
Sa dude.
Val. You are so on point with that Everyone's too lazy to even pronounce the p at the end of an already shortened word.
I thought Australians were lazy with their speech, but no,
Sa.
that is really fantastic.
Dude. Yeah,
Sa.
okay. So I like how Adobe
my
Live has
God.
typed it with
It's like
approximately
tubular.
4 H's.
Sa.
Tubular would be reserved for a
sorry.
surf locale.
I know, you know
Get
where
with
I'm
it,
stuck?
girl.
I'm stuck on Saved by the Bell. That's my American education up until I moved to this country.
That's it's somewhat accurate. Oh, Mr. Belding. Wow, how funny. Okay, so we're all on board with all versions of sa, no P, just sa. So that's one.
Great.
I think we should just run with that.
We've got a couple of...
What is up, friends? Thanks, David. That's very...
What is up?
Maybe that, I mean, a lot of people
I really
retire
like it.
in Palm Springs, and so there's an older population that might be more
what is
formal
up?
in their...
In the hood.
What is up in the neighborhood? Oh, did you watch the Mr. Rogers documentary?
I did, and it made me cry. I didn't even grow up with the Mr. Rogers. I did before I read it. Before I saw it, I didn't even know what the show was.
Isn't he such a kind, benevolent man?
Yes, it was very lovely.
Watch it, guys, please. It's so good. Okay, 225. Just a little bit longer.
Okay, we've
till-
got some sparkles happening. Look, I think this is a different direction. I think this is a direction for a different background.
Yeah.
But I feel like this background is, like, these options are happening a bit more.
Those are more like daytime pop. I guess the black really makes me think nighttime
Palm
cocktails.
Springs. And do you think
dancing.
of nightlife when you think of Palm Springs?
I went to Palm Springs once. I spent 2 days there by a pool at
Yeah.
the Ace Hotel,
Yeah.
and there was dancing at night, and it was poppin'.
Great.
Everyone was having a grand old time. I'd
Great.
say that glittery font captures it.
Captured it. So I made this by very
like
raggedly outlining a palm tree.
Palm Springs in Vegas.
And then
exactly
just have it on an opacity level. But I think if we're making
That is
a
very cool.
shadow, this one's falling at like that direction. So let's put it this direction.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at this action. I know there's some skewing techniques that maybe we should actually try and skew it so that it feels like it's at an angle like that. Yeah, that feels better.
It's so
And what if we feathered it?
such a direct interpretation.
It is.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
Like you're able to, I think that's a skill.
Oh,
Clearly.
thank you.
Clearly the skill that we are
Thank
showcasing
you.
today.
Okay, I'm feathering the edge a bit.
Good day.
I love everything that's going on in the chat right now.
Do
Do you think I should just stop designing and follow the chat?
Focus.
Damn
I got
it.
you covered with the chat, girl.
Yeah, I'm liking this a bit more. We need our final. What did we decide? Sa-dude? I'm gonna do sa-dude. We got a straw. Okay, what does the straw poll say? What is the
Oh, let's click on the straw poll.
S apostrophe D?
Sadu. Oh my gosh. So
Okay.
indicative.
I need something a little longer than that though for the.
Go to the chat room and then you click the link.
Yeah. I'm headed. All right.
I really like that.
Let's check this out.
And I think what I'm going to do is keep the same. Wait, how are you?
The
How are you
straw
doing?
poll is hilarious.
I'm going to keep the same font that I was using yesterday because I want a like through line with all of them. Okay, dude is
the winner.
brilliant, and I'm very excited about it. I have to look at the
Are we
spelling
too
of
lazy
this.
to capitalize any
no.
of this too?
Oh yeah.
No caps.
Caps just is trying too hard.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Hanley, which is the one that I think I used yesterday, just
For
to
the
keep some
record.
consistency.
For the record, I voted on the 4 H's one, but I don't think that's the one we're going with. But my heart lies with the 4 H's.
I think we need to do from. 'Cause
Yes.
it's from Palm Springs, right?
Sadu fra.
Fra. Sir do fra. It's so lazy.
I don't think anyone would actually understand.
Sir do. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Let's get a move along.
Dude.
Let's get a wriggle on.
Are we approaching the Daily Creative Challenge deadline?
I don't know. Are we?
I believe we are.
Do I need to?
No,
start?
you just keep
No,
going.
keep
We're
going.
not ready quite yet for submission review.
I think we need to 3Dify that as well.
Oh yeah. It needs to pop. It's just
I'm
as
still-
important as the
It's
rest.
just I'm still just not happy with this, so maybe I'm gonna reverse the colors. Maybe that's better. No, I like the outer stroke being lighter.
The no 3D for the dude does complement its overall laziness, though. Just does better.
I couldn't even be bothered to finish this design, you guys. That's how cool, that's how chill I am.
You're so chill.
The chillest. Can we have some more Southern Californianisms? Californianisms?
I know surfisms, but
Great.
they're not greeting-y.
No, but
They're more like,
hit them up. Tell me about them.
oh dear, it's just,
I love,
it's
regional-
so colorful. It really is. It's a whole culture. Tubular, I remember you
Tubular,
mentioning that
yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Or getting tubed. Getting
That
tubed
sounds very
is
rude.
what happens when you go surfing.
Oh.
Who knew?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We do not say that in Australia.
No?
I've surfed a little in my life. I
Oh,
wouldn't
have
say
you?
I am a surfer, but I
What are some
have.
of the words?
Well, that's not one of them.
Okay.
Do you guys say grommets for young?
For yes,
young
and
surfers, little
kooks.
grom?
Kooks for inexperienced surfers.
Okay.
You're a kook.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very rude.
I mean, you just have to know yourself.
That's
you
not
know?
very inclusive language.
It might not be.
Surfers, be better.
Gnarly.
Do better.
Hella stoked. Lee Cooper
Hella
bringing it.
stoked.
Stoked is so critical. It's Oh, I like that dude. It looks like Sundum.
We don't even care.
It looks Sundum.
Sundum?
Like dumb from the sun.
Sundum.
I made that up. I
Yeah,
made
cool.
it up, guys. Does everyone understand the language I'm speaking? Yeah.
Some people.
Oh, it looks like it is around that time for the Daily Challenge review. So
Ba-ba-da-da.
might we pause?
Let's pause.
This dude design.
Yeah.
Just gonna have to wait to see what that turns out like. Okay, design submission one. Looks like we have 5 designs to walk through today.
Awesome.
First one submitted by
Pull it up to full screen.
Pardon. First one submitted by David Zobel. This is really neat.
I love masking, as you have probably already could tell. I love that outline framing, especially with the integration of that badge you've got there.
Yeah, the
with
badge
type
is really
lockup.
cool.
Yeah.
Daily Challenge 2.
Where does Photoshop take you? All over the world.
On an adventure.
An
A grueling adventure.
To
But
fire.
rewarding.
Fire pits. Lava.
Grueling and rewarding. Lava, exactly. Ooh. Nara Star submitted this next one, saying The Shadow of Yesterday.
Cool.
This one is pretty neat.
It looks like a cover of a, post-apocalyptic sci-fi world.
Yeah,
me.
with a really pleasant cotton
We live on the
candy
outskirts.
sky.
Yeah. I really love all those muted colors.
Yeah, these
that
colors
bit of pink.
are neat.
Yeah.
Cityscape.
Good
Something to
layering.
appreciate.
Really good layering.
Very cool.
This entry is hella legit. That is hella is great.
Hella is so
Hella
good.
dope. Yeah.
Dopeness. Ryan
I'm gonna
Duran
start speaking like that.
submitted this. I think I did as soon as I moved to California by
Oh, really?
accident. Yeah, I don't know. It's like
I've got to I'll
we
try.
adapt, you know. We
Whoa,
adapt.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Frankenstein.
This is scary. I like
Cool.
it. Front center with the scare. What's
What-
going on over here? What's going on? Is that
I
like
think
another
it's soldiers mask. Yeah, it's layering and
It
masking.
is.
That's very
very
emotive
cool.
and cool. I love the trees that are coming up his face. Are they trees?
This
Or
is
is it
really
cracking?
making me think a lot.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Very provocative. Okay, what else do we have? Wow Designer submitted this.
Great name. True Detectives. We were just talking. I heard the Hood sisters talking about the fact that we're all really into
Murder shows?
British crime dramas. I
This
really
is a
love
good
this.
one. This one's a really good
It's
show.
a wolf and someone that looks like it
Super
could be
creepy.
Poirot with that moustache.
I like this wolf a lot. And this little phantom in the corner.
There's so many layers to this.
Yeah. And the moonlight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very moody. Very
Super
moody.
All right, and our last design we have to review today is this cool this wolf
With
in the moon with
birdies
the
flying out of the wolf. And cool.
This tree is
tree
pretty
illustration.
cool.
Did someone draw this? Did you draw this? Roman?
Roman Warren, we were just chatting with you in the chat, which is what you do in a chat.
There's some really cool layering, and I really like that illustration of that tree. Very detailed.
A fiery wolf.
Yeah.
All the elements are represented in this
Just
photo.
hear the birds.
Cool. Awesome work, guys. Really loving these designs. Keep them coming.
Oh, there are two more.
There
Refresh.
are 2 more. Okay, I'm refreshing.
Oh, dang. So colorful.
Nice. We got some
We
blue
like those
wolfiness.
blues. Oh, thank you very much. Is that
All
a
the
drop
feedback.
bear? It's a drop bear. It looks like a vampire.
Amberly Corker says just for you.
Oh, this is the best I've ever seen. Oh. It's amazing. And it does give you the impression that everything in Australia will kill you, which is only half true.
It's the drop bear.
It's a drop bear.
It is a terrifying
Koalas
koala.
are so
is what you've
cuddly
done.
usually. David, they are not real.
They're not real.
Don't let them scare you.
Stop spreading this rumor.
Jan, don't let them scare you.
Amberly.
Don't let them scare you.
We are all onto your joke. Very
That's
funny.
awesome.
I do really like this.
Great.
Beautiful. All right, last one from Felix Smittick.
Whoa, fire twirling and smoke bombing. This is awesome.
It's very psychedelic. Is that a volcano in the background?
There's a volcano in the background and some like hyper-colored cool trees and an awesome landscape, and then like
Some like weather pattern going on in the background.
so much cool. But I like how the smoke coming from both areas is drawing you to the center.
It's like an hourglass effect.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. Very cool.
Very cool.
Felix.
Good job, Felix. Awesome work, guys. Are there any more submissions? Think that's all.
Sweet. Let's get back to
guys.
this, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, let's totally shift back to this saw dude from.
Dude. From. This has got to be maybe one of my favorite.
It kind of reminds me, I don't remember what the type was for Dude Where's My Car, but for some reason I'm just reminded of that. It could just be the use of dude. But that was a really good movie for the time.
For the time, yeah.
I like that
we've
qualification.
become more sophisticated.
I'm a lot more mature now,
Yeah.
so there's that.
Yeah. So we grow. We live and learn, don't we?
We learn.
Okay, I had to make that background purple like a little darker for it to show up the white a bit better.
This is so rad.
Okay, I'm liking these. I'm wondering, something is just wrong with this coloring right now. It's not fitting with these. I think these are going well, but I think why it is because these are flat whites or light colors in the top and then down to a dark color. And I think it's just not working that it's got that outline stroke.
What say you, Color Master? Are you going to switch things up?
I think I'm going to not have the outline stroke. I think I'm going to do a darker pink, but keep it in that color palette. Maybe
like a poppier pink?
let's see how that's looking. You lose the definition a bit still.
Beck wants to know if you've actually heard the noise a koala makes, because she heard one that
haven't.
sounded like a wild pig, and it scared the daylights out of her.
Beck.
Thank you for sharing, Beck.
That sounds terrifying. And I grew up in Sydney, so I'm really a city girl at heart. I've seen them in the zoo, and I've seen them a couple of times out in the wild, you know, when I visit people I know in Ulladulla.
Ulladulla has koalas?
Yeah,
Wild
yeah.
koalas in Ulladulla.
Anywhere out of the city really is not terrible for the sightings. But no, I don't think I remember a sound, sadly.
A wild pig? I'm not gonna try. Lucky all of you. Brian is suggesting yellow, potentially.
Ooh! Let's try it.
Thanks, Voodoo Val, for that
let's try
shout out. Yeah, yellow might pop with that blue, you know. You kissed a kangaroo? How did that work, Brian? Do tell us more, please.
Do tell us more.
We want to know everything. Ate kangaroo. Have you ever eaten a kangaroo?
Yeah.
That's like totally normal down there, right?
They ruin. No, it is. I mean,
Okay.
you can buy it at like Safeway.
Really?
The equivalent of Safeway. We don't actually have a Safeway. But yes.
What is
What's
Safeway
Safeway
called
called?
in Australia?
Coles or Woolworths, Woolies.
Woolies? Because you shorten everything?
Because we shorten everything.
Breakfast to brekkie and Woolies to Woolies.
Woolworths to Woolies.
Woolworths to Woolies.
Yeah, this is not a Woolworths ad, but look, I'm a Coles girl really at my heart.
It's a Coles ad.
If you
Let's
asked,
just be honest.
if you wanted to know. But yeah, you can get bangers, which are
Kangaroo hot dogs?
Yeah, sausages.
Sausages. Right.
And mince meat. You can get it in a bunch of different ways. It's very good for you. It's very iron rich.
Does it taste any different from beef? Or
It's
is
very
it
gamey. I've heard it tastes like what's a gamey?
Bison.
Bison. Like bison.
Got it.
But I've not tried bison, so I don't know.
Kangaroos are really cute.
They are really cute.
I
Yeah,
like their
sure.
pockets. I feel like are they in Australia though? They're kind of, are they more of like a pest?
Yes.
That's like that's their vibe.
Farmers really don't like them. They jump on the land and I think make the soil too hard or something.
Because they have those big floppy feet.
Because they have those
that
big
have
feet
takeoff- yeah.
that are also very powerful.
Yeah, they seem kind of scary. Kangaroos might be America's deer. Yeah, that's a good
Yes.
comparison,
Yes.
Amberly.
I think that's true.
Valid.
Yeah. So I'm just going to try a couple of things. I'm like, something about the type is not my favorite right now. It's not popping. So I'm just going to try. You never know unless you try, you know?
It's true. Mix it up. See what you come up with.
I do think the outline maybe was the...
That was the problem?
No, was
That was the helper.
That's the helper.
Yeah, it did kind of... It separated it from the background layers a bit more.
But maybe we just need more poppy colours in here. But we're getting real close, you guys.
Yeah, I see what you were saying
Yeah.
about the pink, though. It was a little muted.
Yeah, I really like... See, I think these look really cool and 3D-ish, these ones. But I think maybe with such big blocks,
Yeah, then you just see
they
the
were
flatness
blending,
of it.
and you could see like all of the interior shapes are getting missed because of the direction of the shadowing and stuff. So that could be part of it as well. Did we move? No. So it kind of needs this outer helper. But maybe it doesn't need to be that thick. Maybe we just...
That looks
And-
pretty cool.
I mean,
I like the thinner outline.
I'm just going to do this for the sake of testing quickly,
Give it a try.
not for what I would actually do to make it happen.
Oh my gosh, how did we get to Smelly Cat in the chat? Oh, I'm tracing it back. A Joey is a peak Matt LeBlanc.
feeding you? Smelly cat. It's not your fault.
Oh, Phoebe, I really just wanted to be friends with her when I was younger. She seems like a really special, mystical friend to have.
Doesn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want
Okay.
Phoebe in your corner. That's what I say. What are your thoughts?
It's a different style. It definitely makes it look blockier. I'm not sure if it gives it more definition, but I don't know that I think I want that. Maybe what we could try.
And we have 10 minutes till we have to say goodbye, but we're going to be back
Okay.
tomorrow. So
Okay, yeah, tune back in tomorrow because I'll mock it up like a proper one and maybe do some slight adjustments.
But don't leave
make
us
it better.
yet. We're making
And
progress.
we're doing something else tomorrow.
Yes.
Uh,
we're going
another-
to another destination tomorrow,
Yeah.
but we're not going to tell you what it was. And we're also not going to tell you if it was mentioned during our chat and win question today in the chat. It was. But I just didn't say anything. But
Yeah.
it's somebody's favorite place. So I hope that somebody tunes in tomorrow. We'll see.
You'll never know
We'll see.
if you don't tune in.
Gotta tune in.
Ooh, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, we're getting warmer here.
Yeah. No, we still need the outlines. What am I doing?
What is that?
But you know, maybe they don't. Also, maybe they don't need to be white outlines. Maybe they need to be
A light
a
pink.
light pink.
That's, I think, what they need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
white was too. Oh,
I'm really feeling
yes.
that blue.
Because with the
connection.
light pink instead of the white outline, it looks more like a neon sign,
Yeah.
and the other one looked more not like a neon sign.
Truth.
I don't know.
Truth. No, I like that. I think we need it to be an interior stroke, and let's make it rounded where we can.
Yeah, that back purple.
Full house.
Yeah, this looks cool.
I
like
was
that.
gonna start singing it, but I'm not going to.
There's a fuller house. Did you know that?
I did, and it looks terrible.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
impression.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not to be a hater, but
But
can you really recreate the past? Can you step in the same
can't.
river twice? I don't know, guys.
that's great.
Yeah, everyone just
great.
think really hard for the last few.
I'm gonna do the same thing on these. Let's repeat it and see how it goes. Doing a stroke that's a lighter color of the one that we've got. This might not be working because I've got to do that and then do the interior. Yeah,
This
it's gotta be
grading is
outlined.
gold.
So I think what we need to do is have this as a light purpley blue to have it be, except lighter, much lighter than that. We're going to be over
Light
here in this area maybe. And then we have this
Whoa,
much lighter.
that looks really cool.
I just want to have like the same type treatment across maybe.
This looks a lot more.
Yeah. You guys
I kind of
were
like
doing
how
it.
It took on like a little bit of a purpley vibe up there.
Oh, I made it purple.
Yeah, okay, that's why. I didn't know if it was like the background being blue and the front being white, and it just had the
That'll
purple
be
effect.
because it's purple.
It's fine. My eyes are totally well adjusted and working today.
You're doing real well.
Thanks.
doing
Thanks. I
really
appreciate the support.
You're welcome. Okay, so we've got that. It's pink. Might be too much pink, but let's just go with it for now.
I think this looks so cool.
And it could be solid. Let's try it out. No, outlines is what I want. Oh, no.
Whoa.
Not that kind of outline. Create outlines.
Fun.
Sorry, everyone.
Fun accidents in Photoshop.
Happy accident.
Be happy.
Okay. So the other thing that I was going to talk about was creating a cool, and so let's do this quickly so that I can do this last thing that I was thinking of doing.
Amberly suggests to do the Palm Springs outlines in light blue.
All right, let's try it.
Give it a go.
Give it a shot.
Looks
I'm a
like-
little worried about it blending into the background too much.
Ooh, I see what you mean.
No, it could be fine. But I think this was a mistake here. I think this needs to go back to being this light pink. And since, we were talking about that like 90s, having it be that kind of 90s vibe, I wanted to try making I did try making before you know what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do?
So I'm just going to paste that in front and make it actually white, so that it jumps out a bit more. Okay, so it's looking better for sure.
I think so.
One thing that I did do earlier, let's see.
Thanks,
I'll
video.
do some other.
We try.
Oh, here. So this is, I was thinking about like TV digital, like making it feel like an overlay. I'm saying like way too much. This is
It's fine.
very
We're in California,
you guys.
Just embrace it. Lean into the like and the
into the
rad and the
like.
tubular.
In the tubular. Okay, so what I was doing was I just created a line pattern. I'll stretch it out so you can see what it is. It's literally 3 boxes on top of each other.
We have 3 minutes.
Oh, quick.
Oh, fast like lightning. Except we are going to be back tomorrow. And there are also 2 other segments before us tomorrow that you guys should tune into, at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. with really cool designers doing really cool things. But then there's us at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Christina with all of her skills and sayings.
And Roman said that I am the Crocodile Dundee, the Chuck Norris. I thought you were saying I was the Crocodile Dundee
Christina
of Australia.
Is Crocodile Dundee?
No.
Oh, he's
Is
asking
Crocodile Dundee
Christina,
the Chuck Norris?
is Crocodile Dundee the Chuck Norris?
I don't know who Chuck Norris is.
That's okay. He's like a
Fighter?
karate guy.
Yeah, cool.
That's a thing he does.
Sure. Anyway, so I made this like quickly. I made this overlay. The end. Anyway, it's like lines that make you think that it's TV. Basically.
Like it's TV or like you're looking through
lines.
blinds.
And I was thinking about adding this just over the background to make it a bit more textured, but I'm not sure if it'll work that well. So.
Well, maybe we'll take a peek at what it looks like textured and non-textured next to each other tomorrow.
Yeah.
When we look at the final design.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's plan to do that. It is 2:53, however, so we do have a couple more minutes. But we are super excited to be back tomorrow. We're clearly having a blast hosting this week. I am, and Christina's awesome.
And this week, we're still being seen. I thought you couldn't see us anymore. Yes, tomorrow there's so much fun happening. Andrew at 9, Hoodspa
at 11.
Sis is 11.
Us
at 1. Come on, come back.
Come join us. We're here.
Talk
we're gonna be
more
laughing.
about who Chuck Norris is.
And we're going to a new destination tomorrow that you guys don't know of. So come join us, and then you can find out and go on a journey with us to a new place.
And talk about the new destination.
Yeah.
And now, what?
And
Now we just sing for the last.
Now we're just I'm gonna give you a high five.
Australians all let us.
Yeah.